Hey, everybody, and welcome in. It's the Poor Man Fantasy Football League podcast. We're the fantasy football show that gives you a peek inside the life and times of our Dynasty League. I'm your host, Mike. With me, as always, is my good friend, Andrew. And this week, we're going to be wrapping up our little short series on top five, bottom five, where we pick the top five players at positions this week, quarterback and tight end. And then we give you five busts, guys that we don't think are going to live up to the hype that that we expect them to. So before we get into that, Andrew, how you doing?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing all right. It's still raining. It's still wet. The giant dirt pile has shrunk from being a large dirt pile to a smaller dirt pile. But all of this rain keeps deterring people away from coming by and scooping up some free dirt because they don't want mud. They want dirt. So I have to let it dry. I'll be happy when that big dirt pile in front of my house is gone.
I can imagine. It's probably
And the best part about all of that is we got the pool set up and ready to go, but it's been rainy and cold this entire time, so we can't use it. Anyways.
Yeah, that sucks. Welcome to Alberta.
It is. Yeah, like 5 minutes, I guess 15 minutes, and then it's cloudy and it's warm. And then 15 minutes, it's cool and rainy again. It's just cycling through. It's the season. I get it. It'll get better. Summer's almost here. We're getting so much closer. At least it's not cold and snowy, right? We complained about that before, but we're almost to the good times. Almost there. Oh, Benson had a baseball game last night across town, and all day it was threatening, like storm. What's it going to be? And game's on. So we go. We get to the field. We get through the bottom of the first inning. As we transition to the top of the first inning, we hear the big rolling thunder. Like, oh, okay. So the two coaches and the umpires, they get together. They have a quick conversation, which I think is just to like, okay, so if this happens, here's what we're going to do. If this happens, here's what we're going to do. And while they're having that conversation, the hail starts. And I'm not talking
hail.
like we got hail. It started with like no rain, then rain, and then as soon as it's raining, and as soon as you said, oh, it's raining, the rain turned from like little droplets to little bullets, and they just started like coming down, and then it was a sheet. So 15 feet away from us was where the kids were all standing on the bench. By the time that wall, that crazy sheet wall had hit the ground, their entire dugout was just mud. All of their stuff, pants, boots, everything was just covered in mud from it hitting the ground and splashing back up. Now, as parents, we had rain jackets, we had umbrellas, and that meant nothing because as soon as it hit the ground and it all splashed up. And then the referees are like, done. Lightning strikes, more thunder, and they're like, yeah, done, everybody go home. And you just see a mad scrambles. Everybody grabs their stuff and makes running for the hills. Now, you know my dad. He was at the game with us. He is not moving fast. So my poor dad, because he's got to walk the entire way. He's got to walk across the school field to the front of the school where we parked. So I run back. I toss Benson in, get the chairs, get everything all tucked away. I start the car. And then I pull up as close as I can get to the sidewalk, and I'm watching my poor dad in his shorts, forever shorts, because he's like you. He'll wear shorts all year round. Got his hood pulled up and just drenched from head to toe. Like his rain jacket's even wet. So when he gets into my car, it's just sheets of water still falling off of him. And Benson thought that was the wildest thing ever. I'm like, I can't believe we were playing baseball and it was raining like that. Like, buddy, Grandpa's like 73 years old and I'm 47. This is not the first or the last time this will ever happen to you. You will just come up against freak storms and you will just play through it. And sometimes it's really fun and sometimes it's ridiculous. And this wall of water just swept across the field. It lasted like maybe 2 minutes, but the damage was done. The streets were flooded. The drains weren't draining. Oh, it was wild how much water there was, just that big rush. And then as quickly as it came, it went, and then it was just that little pitter patter of rain after that. But we were on our way home. Oh, wild, good times.
Yeah, I that was Hawaii. Don't you remember that storm that hit us in Hawaii?
Yeah, like
And just walking from the parking lot to the unit,
hmm
it was a wet t-shirt contest.
with hairy men. Yeah, not the greatest kind of contest you can get, but that was the prize that people won.
Yes.
And that was a good rainstorm too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that spot. That was an okay spot.
That
All
the flooding that happened there wiped out right across the street from there.
I don't remember that.
No, that happened just like this last year.
Oh,
Like that South Kihei Road, there was lots of damage from flooding this last year from
oh, that's
storms.
too bad. That was a nice area.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of damage, let's talk about running back RJ Harvey of the Broncos. I guess he had off-season surgery to repair a torn labrum. Hopefully that
But his comment
doesn't.
was, "I will be the number one running back next year."
Good luck to you. Good luck to
Yeah.
you, because there's J.K. Dobbins, and then they drafted somebody, so you've got competition.
Yeah.
Panthers signed wide receiver Jalen Coker to a 3-year, $35 million deal. That's not a big money deal, but that means they're invested. They believe the kid's something. So
Yeah,
for all of
he'll
you
be
who
there for a bit.
have a Jalen Coker share, maybe you'll see something happen this year. And then your mighty Chiefs extend Patrick Mahomes, giving him 2 extra years and now an average payout of $64 million a year. Wow, it's good to be king. That's
He
some
better do
healthy
something
money.
this year.
We'll see. It depends if everybody's healthy and on the field and not in jail or in the hospital. And with that, I don't have any other football news. Do you have anything that you've seen on the interwebs, social media
There's been
posts? No, I
nothing.
don't think so. This time of year, there's not a lot going on. Everything you hear is also kind of like, do you take it for what it is, or you just ignore it and wait till later when now everyone's kind of like, stop the hype trains, ignore. Okay. So we're going to give you guys our top 5 and 5 busts. Now, we're going to start that off by doing by doing 2025 recap. So last year I picked Josh Allen, Lamar, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, and Joe Burrow. Now, Josh Allen, that was an obviously easy selection. Lamar Jackson, you also picked Lamar, Jaden Daniels, Hurts, Josh Allen, and Burrow. We just had them in different orders. The sad part about it was Jaden Daniels went down to injury, and so did Lamar, and that's why they did not finish in the top 5. So I think we were pretty good. These guys would have done very well. What
Pretty
I found
accurate, yeah.
most interesting was our bust picks, and we both picked Anthony Richardson, who lost his job to Daniel Jones. So I think we nailed that one. You picked Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott ended up being a top 10, number 8 overall. I think he finished. So that didn't work out.
Yeah.
But I picked Sam Darnold and Caleb Williams. Sam Darnold didn't finish top 10, but he did win a Super Bowl. So I'm going to give him that he had a good season.
He had a good playoffs.
He had a good playoffs. He made it. He didn't choke in the playoffs. So I'm gonna take the L on that one. Caleb Williams, I didn't think he'd go well. It didn't go bad. So I'm gonna take the L on that one that he did good. I picked Aaron Rodgers. I thought that was low-hanging fruit. So I'm gonna take
Yeah,
the
that was
L that
pretty
he
obvious,
sucked.
yeah.
Yeah. And then Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy had injuries. So that didn't really count. But you, on the other hand, you had Dak Prescott, took the L. Richardson, you got Baker Mayfield. I think that was a bit of a wash. He was middle of the pack, but I guess if you thought he was going to be top 10 based upon the previous year's performance, then totally a bust.
That's the way I looked at it. Like, for the year that people predicted him, he didn't perform. So in my opinion, he was a bust.
Okay, bust.
Was he bottom 10? No, but he wasn't top
He wasn't
5.
number 3. He was 3 that one year.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and you also had Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Now, they didn't have great years. Stroud was injured. lost a lot of time. And then Bryce Young played, but he didn't really take that next level step. He was good, but he wasn't
Correct.
great.
He wasn't the
So
superstar that everybody was projecting him to be.
yeah. Now let's talk about tight ends, which is an interesting little trip down. Not so much the top five because I went Bowers, McBride, Kittle, Hawkinson, Laporta. Hawkinson and Laporta, those guys choked. Hawkinson because he sucks and Laporta because he was injured. You went Bowers, McBride, Kittle, Kelsey, and Laporta. Kelsey, which I mocked, I believe, when we chatted last year, he finished number 4. Doesn't feel like he had a number 4 performance.
No, but I think it was a situation, again, kind of like the same as the year before when the wide receiving core didn't show up. He had to, but he didn't. He never had. He was just more consistent. Like he didn't have any super dominant, like 30
Performances,
point games.
right?
He was always consistent around the 12 to 15 point range, and the rest of the tight end field, I think, had a bit of a drop off last year. So his mediocre year had him climb to 4, obviously.
Yeah, well, Kyle Pitts was number 2 based on one game. Yeah, it was a wild time. All right, so here, let's get to our bus. My bus for Kelsey, I was wrong. Dalton Kincaid, he was middle of the pack, kind of like where you expected him. Dallas Goddard, who finished tight end 3 last year. Wild. Okay. And
That
then
was a bizarre one.
that was bizarre. I would not have expected that. Jake Ferguson, who finished tight end 8. So didn't get that one. And then
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, he was okay, but not a true bust, but not really living up to. He
Well,
kind of landed right where you thought he would.
yeah, but I think with his case, it was they got another tight end
Hmm.
who took away some of his touches, and he had a couple of injuries again. So I think almost the writing's on the wall for him that you know he's his peak has come and gone, and now he's on the backside
Yeah,
of the
he's on the decline.
career.
But they lost Isaiah Likely. He left to go play for the Giants. They got a rookie, so it's gonna Mark Andrews is gonna be the tight end 1 for that team again. I'm not investing a lot into it, but all right. And then your selections, I thought not bad. You picked Tucker Kraft, lost the season to injury. Kyle Pitts, whoops, tight end 2. Didn't see that coming. Dalton Schultz, Pat Fryermuth, and Brenton Strange. And I'm not really sure if those guys were really going to do much, and they didn't. So they kind of were correct.
Yeah, but I think
Um,
like Strange again. The previous year was kind of a breakout year.
yeah, he was. He was notable. People
Um,
recognized him.
Pitts was a situation where I thought they didn't have a quarterback, a solid quarterback to start the season. And again, like you said, his number 2 was based off of 1 or 2 games, and
Yeah, it was one 60-point game that gave him
yeah,
almost half his points.
yeah. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we're going to talk about this year's list. I'm going to give you my top 5 quarterback. It's pretty much going to be the same as last year. I'm going to go Allen. I'm going to go Lamar as being healthy again. I'm going to go Daniels just because he runs. I'm going to go Burrow just because he's awesome. And this is where I'm really torn at QB because I want to say Drake May. And I think that's wild to say because I don't know if he's really elevated himself enough, but he was a really good quarterback last year. He was a quarterback too. I didn't think he played that well, but he did. He had such great numbers. I want to say Drake May, but I'm really hesitant. But when I look at the list of guys who I think that could do it, I'm not sold on Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Caleb Williams, Brock Purdy, no. Jalen Hurts, no. Bo Nix, no. Jackson Dart, well, if he's healthy and he's got the rest of the team around him and the kid can go and play, he was on pace to be number 1. Matthew Stafford, oh heck no, I don't think that guy can repeat and be number 1 again. Mahomes, Mahomes is coming back from injury, so I'm chalking that as a no. And then I'm not seeing anybody else, so I kind of have to, even though it feels almost risky. Yeah, Drake May. Who are your top five?
Almost identical to yours. Um, I got Allen, who was number one last year. My number two is Jackson. He was number three last year. Uh, in my number three, I've got Mahomes, who was
Oh,
17th
okay,
last year,
okay,
because he's going to be ready for training camp. They'll be ready. He's
yeah,
ready. They're saying he's ready for training camp.
okay.
So week one, watch out.
If you got Mahomes for a full season after a bit of a lost year last year, yeah, I think there's going to be
Yeah.
some good things for them.
I have Drake May dropping from 2 to 4, and then I got Burrows dropping from 4 to 5.
And then you got May as your four.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. Uh, if Mahomes plays, if he's ready week one and is able to play the full season, I think he's a top five candidate.
especially now with a better running back, so he won't have to run as much and scramble as much and put his body on the line as much.
Yeah. Um, if they get real Rashi Rice on the field without any shenanigans or time away, you now have a legit wide receiving threat. Kelsey's still somewhat Kelsey. You've got a running back that can run. You now have Mahomes at behind center. Okay, you now have a multi-dimensional offense again. You can stretch the field. Do you put any stock into the rumors that Tyreek Hill might end up on a team-friendly deal just to end out his career?
No, I pardon me, a 1 day deal maybe.
Okay.
I would put more stock in AJ Brown showing up.
AJ Brown? He was
They're
just
they're
traded
interested in him,
to the Patriots.
but they're still interested in him. They give up something. If they give up something
Okay.
for him, some draft picks or something,
So you
or
think
if they go out and they get somebody that's
another quality veteran?
and I don't even put Brown as a top 10, even a top 15 wide receiver anymore because he's getting up there in age, but he's good quality. He would get in Mahomes' offense. I would
Mhm.
say he's probably a 10-point guy every week easily. He won't be a 20-point guy every week, but probably 10, 12 point guy. I mean, it's either going to get
Mhm.
you yards or it's going to get you a touchdown in each of those weeks. Um, so if they go and get somebody like that, um, there's still a shot for them.
Okay. I guess that elevates Mahomes. Now let's talk about quarterback busts. I'm going to throw Stafford out there, not because Matthew Stafford is bad, but coming off an MVP overall one finish, I don't think is doable again for him at his age with that team. Um, I wish them all the best. They're obviously going in for their another Super Bowl run. They just, they're making moves, but I don't think he can have that level of performance again. So at that expectation, I'm going to say Stafford. You got one?
Are we going to go back and forth on it
Yeah, let's
or?
go back and forth because I'm
Okay.
also thinking about it as we go through it because I did not prepare my bus
Okay.
list.
So the person that I put at number one, and this person finished number 7 last year, Justin Herbert. I think
Oh,
the Chargers take a
Herbert.
step backwards this year because I think that division the Raiders and the Broncos both have taken steps forward.
Okay.
And Herbert is now, like, the last couple of years has had some injuries. So is he getting up to be a little bit of injury prone? We'll see.
Okay. Um, Here's what I got. My next two picks are going to be somewhat maybe controversial. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts has been top five for so long. Like he's been reliably good for a long time. But the dynamics of how that team plays and functions has changed the last 2 years because they've had to change over their offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. So things have changed dramatically. AJ Brown is gone. Saquon Barkley didn't live up to Saquon Barkley goodness as last year. The offensive line's weaker. Um, I think Jalen Hurts has reached his peak and is also now on the decline. I don't think he can maintain top five status. I think people are going to linger on him still being that guy, like that name recognition. So I think he's going to deliver kind of like what he did last year, which is a top 15 performance, not a top five performance. Yeah.
My number two, and I think he surprised a lot of teams last year, and that's why he kind of finished higher than I think he should have. Bo Nix.
Oh, okay.
I think some teams are going to start to figure him out,
Hmm.
and kind of like you with your little bit of hesitation with Drake May. Can he repeat that? Does he have that same lightning in the bottle? But I think
Okay.
as teams figure him out and figure out Denver, because Denver surprised a lot of teams, a lot of people last
They
year.
were one quarterback away of advancing through the playoffs, right? Had Bo Nix not been injured, they probably would have won that game.
Yes, yes. But again, like I said, it's I think they surprised everybody with how well they did, and I think they'll start to figure them out. And I think it's like the Bears this year. Teams are gonna figure the Bears out, and they might not have as great a year as they did. So he's my number two.
All right. Um, where was my other selection? Now there we go. Trevor Lawrence.
What you say? You're not
Remember,
confident in Trevor Lawrence?
no, I'm not super confident in Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence had an exceptional year for Trevor Lawrence last year. Will Trevor Lawrence repeat? I think it's more than 50%. To me, the answer is no. Um,
Thank you. Thank you for my
I think
validation.
people are excited, and I think that's why I want to put him here is because I think, hey, temper your expectations. It's still Trevor Lawrence. One good year does not a quarterback make. Repeatable years where you've shown a pattern, but we've had more years where he's not been good than we've seen him good. So I'm putting him here on my list. Trevor Lawrence bust.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um, I think this team is going in the wrong direction. So my next pick is Jordan Love.
Oh, that's gonna be my pick. Actually, I had him on my list, but you said his name, Jordan Love.
I
Why do
just
you
think the
think
team
that?
is the team is going in the wrong direction. The
Yeah,
running back's gonna go to jail. Their wide receiver team is always hurt. So
and they traded several of them away. Romeo Dobbs is gone. Dontavian Wicks is gone. They paid Christian Watson. We don't know if Matthew Golden's a thing. Jaden Reed is on the field 30% of the time. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Well, I'm going to elevate my pick then to Malik Willis. And this is not a knock against Malik Willis. Okay, a little, but it's more the team is not a team ready for a inexperienced quarterback, which is what I think Malik Willis is. He's a backup that's finally getting a chance to start. I don't expect that to be great from get go. And when you surround him with less than good to bad players, you're not setting this kid up to succeed. And I think temper your expectations. Malik Willis will be a bust by fantasy standards this year.
I somewhat agree to that. Um,
Okay.
he's not on my list, but my next one again, it's the same reasons as kind of Green Bay, but Baker Mayfield. I think
Okay.
that whole team is taking a step backwards. I hope they won't win the division, and he won't have the year that they just signed a big contract to.
Well, then who is left? I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. Guys that I'd be nervous starting this year. I think the names I want to pick are already names that people are already out on. That they're not going to be like hurt. Like Anthony Richardson or Kirk Cousins, Shadur Sanders, I think is a bust, but like no one's really going to be expecting to start him. Pennis and Tua, I think will be okay, but not like bust. But like if you were in redraft, you wouldn't be drafting these guys. Jacoby Brissett, Aaron Rodgers, Mendoza, Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Geno Smith, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones will be a bust because he won't get a chance to play the whole year. I don't think he's ready for week one. CJ Stroud, maybe. Like I have hopes for Kyler Murray because of the team change and the coach and the athletes that he gets to play with. You could say JJ McCarthy is going to be a bust this year if you had hopes for JJ McCarthy. I think I could go that way. But I like everybody else. Like I think Jackson Dart's going to give you some value. I think Jared Goff has been good for too long, just disrespected, but not top 5 talent, just top 10 talent. I picked on Purdy last year. Yeah, I'm going to go with JJ McCarthy, which sucks to say, but I don't think he gets on the field without an injury. I don't think he earns the job. I don't think he gets to start unless something
I don't
happens
think
to
he's going to
Kyler.
get to play at all this year
Yeah.
unless Kyler Murray gets hurt. And for me, like McCarthy's not even on the list because I don't consider him. If anything, he's going to be a boom because he takes over for Murray and has an
Yeah.
incredible, miraculous
As a JJ
comeback.
McCarthy owner in far too many leagues, I think I own him in 4 spots. My level of expectation, I have to come to terms with it, is he's going to be a bust.
I think he's going to he was going to be a bust either way. So that's why he didn't make my list. I mean, there's
Okay.
a bunch of guys on my list, like you said, Jones, and there's guys that are middle to bottom pack.
Yeah.
The way I approached this list was guys that had potential or that people are expecting that aren't going to perform. And my last guy is my favorite. Get a haircut or grow some boobs. Trevor Lawrence.
He's no Jennifer Lawrence.
True.
Yeah.
Again, I've said it for the last 3 years. He's been on my bust list last year and this year. That dude, string 2 seasons together. You haven't
Well,
done
hey,
that your whole career.
you're throwing the challenge out there. This might be the year. Let's see if he does it. Prove us wrong. I'm not holding
Yeah,
my breath though, or any
no,
assets on that team.
no, no.
Now let's talk about the juicy tight end market. I feel like I was at one point in my life the tight end whisperer. I don't think, based upon last year's tight end selections, that I qualified for that anymore. So I do really need to earn my chops. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take the layups here. I'm going to go McBride as my 1, Bowers, healthy Bowers as my 2. I'm going to go Warren as my 3. I'm going to go Loveland as my 4. And I'm going to go Laporta as my 5. I don't think it's really going to be Laporta. I just want it to be Laporta. I am willing it into existence. I think it's probably a higher chance that it's if Kittle was healthy from week 1, I think it'd be Kittle. Do I think Goddard or Kelsey or Kyle Pitts have a chance? No, I don't. I don't think that's. I think those are top 10 talents, but they're not tackling top 5. So here's my list. There's the reality check of McBride, Bowers, Warren, and Loveland, and then the dreamer pick of Laporta.
Okay. Very similar list. I got number 1 as Warren. He'll jump up from 4 to 1. I got Bowers finishing at 2nd again. Loveland finishing 3rd again. Then I have Laporta jumping up to 4.
Really? Yeah, another believer.
And then I got Kelsey at 5.
Wait, you know McBride?
Nope.
That's interesting. I do find that because he's been the target leader at the tight end position for the last 2 years. And he took the number 1 spot last year because of he finally got some tight ends. Touchdowns.
But changing quarterback.
Not exactly. Jacoby Brissett has reported to the team. He is currently on pace, quote unquote, to be the starting quarterback. And if that's the case, then yeah, they're going to pass the ball 800 times a game and still lose.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Okay.
He's my number 1 bust.
Ooh, okay, let's jump on over. You got McBride as a bust, which makes sense. If you don't think he can finish top 5, to me, that would be a bust.
Based on where everybody's ranking him and what's his expectations, he won't. I don't think he will repeat because again, I think he might go back to like he was 2 years ago with yardage,
Hmm.
but maybe not the touchdowns.
Okay. I'm going Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts showed that he can have a game if you want him to be the game. I don't think that coaching staff or that quarterback can make this happen again.
No, too inconsistent. I agree with
Too
that.
inconsistent. One big blow up game. Like to me, he showed that you can do it with him. He can do it. He can be the dude. He's just not on a team where that's ever going to happen. So don't bet on Kyle Pitts, everybody. Uh,
Another guy that
we
I'm showing dropping like a rock.
yeah.
Um, Finished 5 last year, but Fanning.
Oh, Harold Fannin. Oh, I don't like that. I just traded for him, dude, in a league. No, Harold
He won't
Fannin.
repeat. He won't
He
repeat.
won't Pete. Is that because it's the Browns?
Yes, and they still they're it's the quarterback room is which one are you
Wishy
gonna get?
washy? We don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know
which
who
one
we're
are
gonna
you
get.
who's gonna start, right?
Deshaun Watson, Shadur Sanders, some other dude that they
Yeah,
drafted ahead
exactly,
of Shadur.
exactly.
Oh, okay. Wow. Um, that's actually really surprising. Okay. I got Mark Andrews because right now it looks like he's slotted in at number 10, and I think that's way too high. Come on, guys. Uh, that is risky for Mark Andrews.
Yeah. Um,
Okay. Harold Fannin though.
my
Ooh.
next is your number one, Kyle Pitts.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense though. Like I think he has the ability to do it. I just don't think it's.
I don't think the team has the faith in him because they haven't gone to him the last 2 years. Year one, he was they were all over him.
Mhm.
After that,
Let's see. Ooh, Oronde Gadsden. Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. Poor
that's a
guy.
good pick. That's fair.
Yeah, I liked where it was going, and then the team they made some changes. So I don't know if he's going to be the tight end or if they're going to run the two tight end set and he just the two of them kind of gobble into each other's work.
Yeah, no, that's a fair one.
Yeah,
Um, my number four, and you've already brought him up, Andrews.
Andrews. Okay, Andrews. Oh, where am I doing? Come on, get in your lane here, Andrews. All right. Okay. So I'm looking at this list here. I like those guys. I like that. I like that. Tucker Craft, 8. I do think he bounces back, but you selected Love, and Love was on my list of returning back. I got to go Craft this year. If you think my thought process here is if I'm redrafting and if I can get Craft like late, I'm talking I've already got multiples running backs, wide receivers, and I'm just taking a dart throw on a position. I think Tucker Craft is worth that late round pick. But if he's already gone, then I think it's too risky of an investment. Um, but I guess if you want to plant your flag, now would be the time to go and buy because he might be the lowest he'll ever be. But you're also risking. I'm going to turn my potato into a bunch of pruny mush if it doesn't grow into something fruitful here. So Tucker Craft, that's my pick.
That's a good pick. Um, I'm coming out of left field with my last guy, with Jake Ferguson.
Okay, explain.
I
What is
think
he?
there's too
Top
many.
15?
He was he's projected 13th.
13. Okay.
I think there's too many other weapons on that team, and he's not going to get the touches because there was injuries last year. I think that elevated
Yeah, okay.
his status.
Okay. That makes sense. I think these guys are all busts anyways. Like who could be someone could be excited for? Looking. Wow, I'm looking for Dallas Goddard. Dallas Goddard is currently ranked. I don't even see him. Where is he? Where is he? Dallas Goddard, Kyle Pitts, Kraft, Kelsey, Andrews, Dalton Kincaid, Ferguson, Strange, Gaston, Likely, Henry, Dallas Goddard. Dallas Goddard is way down there. Does he? Yeah, he relied on such big games last year. And now they got Eli Stowers. Yeah. I'm gonna go Dallas Goddard again. I'm gonna double down. Go dirt.
I'll take a pick.
Yeah. Did I miss your last selection? I don't think I wrote it down.
Ferguson.
Ferguson. Oh, that didn't write it down. Yeah. Ferguson. Okay.
Good old Fergie.
So my bus picks are Pitts, Andrew, Oronde, Tucker Craft, Dallas Goddard. Your bus picks, McBride, Fannin, Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, and Jake Ferguson. Okay.
Go
Yeah, that makes
Birds.
sense.
We're very
Uh,
close on both. I thought we were going to be further apart on stuff this week.
Well, I'm happy that we're close because it does feel like, hey, I'm not alone in these thoughts and these feelings. So if I'm alone and wrong, at least I got somebody to share a
Keep
beer
your
with.
feelings to yourself.
Bottle them up, push them down deep. I got it. That's how we roll. Sometimes it's nice though, just to open the lid off and let them out. Just let them out. Just let them happen, Andrew. Just set them free. You don't have to wait to have a bunch of beers in you just to let them out. Sometimes it's nice. Just turn the lights off and cry.
Hey, if you're going to go do that tonight, go ahead and spill your boots.
Yeah.
You might get a good
Actually,
night's sleep. I'd be crying over that mud hill that's in my driveway too. But
oh, geez, yeah. If anything, the rain will wash most of my mud hill away.
along
With
with your
every rain,
tears.
yeah, along with my tears, it just hides it all, right? Dad, why do you look like you cry? It's the rain. It's the rain. It's okay.
No, it's
I
because
wanted to.
you made me run across the field.
Yeah, I hurt myself. I stubbed my toe. Emotional experiences, though. Scrolling through media the other day, social media, and a clip from Top Gun Maverick came up. I'm like, oh, I loved that movie. That movie was a great movie. Really, you didn't like it? I loved it. I thought as soon as I heard
Parts
the
of it were
opening,
good. Parts of it were good. Parts of it were just too cheesy.
loved it.
Like the whole
Gobbled it
bar
up.
scene, the whole bar scenes, and the girl, the chick. I get
Jennifer Connelly?
I get that she was the general's daughter that they touch on in the first movie,
Yeah, a great
but
tieback.
I just don't.
Anyways, I loved the movie. It's in my top 10 of like movies I love to watch because like it makes me like, I'm not sure if it's nostalgic or just I just get emotional when I watch it. Like, oh, I love that. Mainly because I remember watching Top Gun. And a lot of it's like that was a good movie. This movie like does a really good job of tying back, but doing it in a way that like it makes sense. It's thoughtful. Like it's good storytelling. So I see this scene and I play it for my son and we start talking about it. We start talking about the movie. We start talking about the characters and the plot. And he's like, wait a second. How do you know all of this from this movie? I'm like, well, there was another movie. There's two of them. There's a really old one that my daughter tried watching and it has since like, no, this is too old. I can't watch this. I'm like, that's too bad.
That's crazy
But
because I don't know of anybody that didn't like the first one.
yeah, she can't sit through it. Like she just says it's too cringy. I'm like, okay, maybe it just doesn't work for you, but that was a great movie for its time. But there's elements of that movie that are really important in this movie, and the movie becomes deeper if you actually know the
Yes,
context for which it's coming from. So you understand who like Jennifer Connelly character is, some of the like Goose's son, Meg Ryan, Ice, the situations that they went through, like the
yeah,
story that they told from the first one. So if you know that, it makes this movie deeper. So I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get my kids involved. My daughter took the step to try to watch Top Gun. My son was like zero interest. Peace out. I'm out. Mom went, nope. I'm gonna go play some Fortnite. I'm good. But he remembered the clip I played of Top Gun Maverick. So tonight, I was like, hey, we're all home. There's no dance. We're not running away anywhere. My wife has got a late birthday dinner with another friend. Hey, I'm going to make some dinner. I'm going to put Maverick on. We're going to watch this movie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, bye, Dad. See you later. I'm going to go play some like Fortnite. Oh, I'm going to go scroll on my phone in my room. I don't need to be here for this. I'm like, oh, it's a great movie, you guys. So I pause, so I don't get through the movie. Dinner's ready. Everybody comes downstairs. Dinner time. play the movie. And now they're like, "What's happening? Who are these people?" I'm like, "Who's that guy? Why is?" I'm like, "Do you remember when I told you that like this and this and this? That's that guy. Like, yeah, that's that guy. That's his son." And now there's this. Oh, and there's this guy Ice. Like he's the guy from the first movie. Do you remember when you watched that movie? Like that was his, now they're best friends. And like and yeah, of course it only lasted the length of dinner. Once dinner was over and everybody had put their dishes away, they're like, "So, do we got to keep watching the movie?" No. Bye, guys. And off they went. But I had them for that one moment. It was still good.
I did
Yeah.
I did something similar. Um, Daughter was wanting to watch a movie. Um, we started with I can't even remember what we started with. Shut it off. We switched to Terminator.
Ooh. Okay.
Um, and then I'm like, but this isn't the best one. And she's like, really? I'm like, the second one is the best one.
Yes.
So now she's all excited that in the upcoming weekends that we have a free night, she wants to watch that one.
Nice. Cool. That is. And you are right. Terminator 2 was the better one.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I loved it. We
That
actually been down
should
that
be
road.
something you should get your kids into watching those
We
two.
did. We did all of them.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you?
Even the garbagey, like
The third one?
later ones. Yeah. And you know what started it? One of my son's school friends had either watched or had learned about one of the more recent Terminators where they had the Terminator skeleton with the liquid nanite exoskeleton, right? So it was like two Terminators in one, and they kind of like layered it all together. And they thought that was the coolest Terminator. And I'm like, well, if you want to watch that movie, you better watch the other ones to understand the context of this one. So let's go back to down memory lane. First one was a bit hard because it was older,
Yeah.
but Terminator 2,
Less special
that
effects.
sealed
I
the
get it.
deal. Yeah, that one was solid. And then there's a couple dry ones. I won't let my son watch the animated series. It's a bit too adult. But yeah, no, we went down that road. It's good.
A funny note on that movie. We're watching, and one of the scenes where Arnold Schwarzenegger is shirtless. My daughter's like, "That looks fake." It looks like like his chest is fake. I'm like, "Do you know who that is?" She's like, "Arnold Schwarzenegger." I'm like, "Do you know who he is?" She's like, "Well, he's
Mr.
an
Universe?
actor. He's an actor." I'm like, "Okay. Do you know what the Mr. Universe competition is?" She goes, "Yeah, it's for bodybuilders." I'm like, "He won it twice." And she couldn't believe that.
That's how he got into Hollywood. He was oh wow.
Yeah,
Here's the history of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah. But our kids don't know
But these guys
that
are so
stuff, right?
old, right? They're from our
Yeah.
generation. So like they have a context and idea of who they are, but not where they came from.
Yes.
It's like who they are now. It's like who would that be for us?
For you,
That
like Shirley Temple, you probably
I remember Shirley Temple.
yeah, but it wasn't somebody that you would have watched as like her life was already over and career was already over and
Okay,
done with.
yeah. Yeah. No, okay, that makes sense because yeah, they're older, so you know them from this role as opposed to their younger years, but they've been around doing this for a long time. Yeah, okay. I was thinking someone like Paul Newman, right? Like somebody who had
Yeah.
like a long career and has been around. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a good fit.
Huh.
Or Robert Redford.
But yeah, that's the other guy I was thinking of. Great career. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hey, that was a lovely tangent. Thank you for sticking around with us as we went down that rabbit hole. Now that we're back to the surface world, we're going to let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your week. Let's see what's on the schedule. We've got. Where are we?
This
My
would be
good, I'm in the
July.
wrong.
No,
I'm in the
June.
wrong season here. All right, so we got. Today is June 17th. That was Oh my goodness, look at that. We're doing the AFC South next week. It's already time for our divisional breakdowns. We're kicking it off. Then I go on vacation for 2 weeks and then we'll come back. So AFC South next week. Lock it in, boys and girls. Should be fun.
Well, and there'll probably be another break after your vacation if I move. So
Oh, that's true. When that happens, we'll box you up. We'll throw a house party. Maybe make some odd recordings in the middle of the night as we break our backs and drink some beers. All right.
hopefully not.
It'll be fun nonetheless. We'll make the
Yes.
most of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, from one poor man to another, remember, if it's not fun, it is not worth doing. Good night, everybody.
Have a good weekend.